Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. I know I am. Today I woke up and I looked at all the things that I had to pack for the day and I just felt happy. I was actually excited to get up and go to work because for the first time in my life this last year, I actually enjoy my job. I haven't dreaded getting up and going to work or doing the things that I need to do because it's fun. Being a reseller is amazing. I get to go and hang out with all these cool things, go shopping for them, find them, buy them, the thrill of the hunt, and then sell them. I mean, who doesn't want to go to yard sales and buy strawberry shortcake books from the 80s for like 50 cents and then get to look at them, get to read them if you want, take pictures of them, and then have them hang around with you until somebody comes along and buys them, which is exactly what happened with this book. And somebody had some fun with some little Kool-Aid Man post-it notes. That's pretty fun. But yeah, I just picked this book up like 2 weeks ago at a highway sale. I paid $1 for two different items, so 50 cents for this book, and it sold for $14.95. And I think I'm going to keep that little Kool-Aid Man on my wall. It makes me happy. I see so many videos of other resellers posting about the things that they sell and how miserable they are and complaining about the pricing at thrift stores and just so many things, but it's like the best job in the world. I get to go shopping for things like this brass balloon dog, and I get to buy them, and then I get to sell them to someone who loves them just as much as I do, which is amazing. And this guy's heavy. Weighs right in at 1.5 pounds, so when I got him for $1.99 at Goodwill, that was a steal, and somebody sent me a $21 offer, I accepted. I get to go to estate sales and call it work and kind of roam through homes and see what people were all about and what their life was like, the kind of things they collected and memories they had and how they decorate their house. And it's like super enjoyable. And then I take magnets like this Naval Academy magnet off the fridge, pay $0.25 for it, and then sell it for $11.95. Now we're coming over here to grab another estate sale find. This was actually an estate sale I went to about 6 months ago. I remember because it was actually pretty cold that day, but I bought a lot of new old stock greeting cards, like these box sets you see in here, from this house, and I paid about $1 for each box set, but one of them was filled with like a whole mix of different Christmas cards and greeting cards that were unused. And so when I saw these 4 kitty cat cards, I decided to make them a lot and give them a shot on their own. They've been listed for a few months, but somebody finally came along and bought them. It wasn't ideal that I listed them just after Christmas, so I can't complain about them selling in June. But because they were all cat themed, put them all together, and I maybe have $0.25 into them because, like I said, I paid $1 for a whole box of cards. They sold for $10.16. One of my favorite places to dig in an estate sale is the office. Usually there's a bedroom or, a part of the living room where they have their desk and all their fun vintage office supplies, and I buy a lot of stuff there to flip. Like this. This is a pen and pencil cup, but it's actually a metric converter tool. And I'm pretty sure this is the 3rd one I've sold, so as long as I can get it for $1 or less, I'm probably gonna always pick these up. I paid 50 cents for this one at the estate sale, and it sold for $12.71. So not only do I go to yard sales and estate sales, I get to go to the bins, which, oh my gosh, I love going to the bins, you guys. If I could go every day and not be overloaded with a bunch of stuff, I probably would, but I really have to limit myself because I can get in trouble there. With 25-cent paperbacks and really cheap plush, I can fill a cart really quick. And that's where we got this David Ortiz Red Sox baseball player plush. Paid about $0.25 by weight. He sold for $6.75. And then the creme de la creme of shopping for me is a highway sale, because it's kind of like a flea market, an estate sale, yard sales all rolled into one, and they're just like boom, 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 back to back. A full day of treasure hunting and not having to find the sales. They basically find you. And that's where I got this cup, all by itself, just one, MCM Atomic Starburst Rocks Glass. I paid $1, it sold for 15. And the great part about being a reseller is you can do it pretty much anywhere. I can do it when we're traveling out of town, or I can do it here at home. And sometimes the things that I find that are kind of native to my area sell really well. And speaking of native to my area, there is literally a crab walking under my car right out in front of my storage unit. Guess you know you're close to the ocean when you see stuff like that. But back to the stuff that we're selling. We sold this little shaving accessory bag, like a giveaway from the ballpark of the Norfolk Tides, which are a minor league team, our minor league team, just down the street from us. I paid $25 at a yard sale. It sold for $8.46. Gotta check to make sure that crab moved on. Don't want him crawling in my unit. Our next item that we sold is this Norfin Trolls TV tray. I found this at the 100 Mile Yard Sale we went to about a month ago. And this was at like a little flea market type setup, and the person definitely was dealing in antiques and vintage items. I paid $5 for it because I thought it was cool. It only sold for $21.64, but it was just fun to find it and sell it. It's a neat item. I was definitely a troll kid growing up. I also like to sell media, books, DVDs, cassette tapes, and CDs. Now, I usually only try to pick up CDs if they're $1 or less and if they're sealed, unless it's something really special. And this Mary J. Blige came from my local Goodwill for 99 cents. It sold for $11.95, and it was still sealed. I also like thrifting puzzles. The majority of these, my mom actually got to build and enjoy them, and so reselling them is just a bonus. This one didn't need her help putting it together. It's a little 3-piece wooden cat puzzle, kind of die cut, really neat little thing. Picked it up at the bins for 10 cents maybe by weight. It sold for $8.46. And now we have a book going out. This one did come from the bins. I love digging through the books at the bins. It's so much fun because there's just so much to see. A lot of times that bin is full with nothing but like 1940s and 50s books, and it's so fun to look at. But I found this really old 1951 Pussy Willow Golden Book, which when I saw the title, I figured it had to sell. Somebody's going to want to buy it, especially because it's about cats. And really great illustrations inside of it. I paid 50 cents because it's a hardback. It sold for $11.01. Next up, we have a piece of vintage ephemera going out, which I love ephemera. I really do. I got to figure out something to do with these pennants, though, you guys. Tell me if you have any ideas where to store them, because I have those listed. I have these ones over here listed, but then I still have to list all of those. And I need a good storage place to keep them because I want them to stay flat. All right, so back to the ephemera. We went to an estate sale on the way to Florida for one of our cruises last year, and the person had a whole collection of like vintage gas station road maps, and then this one was just randomly in there, so we bought the whole collection for like $3. There's probably 30 of them, so about a dime a piece into them. And this one is a vintage Australian tourist travel map. Paid a dime, it sold for $8.46. I'm seeing this little box down here. I'm wondering what I'm going to use it for. It was hiding under my Troll TV tray. Maybe I'll sort my buttons in it later. Kind of frustrates me how much stuff is in this drawer, and it's kind of hard to find what I'm looking for, so I can move my keychains down to this drawer and then move the pins into that case. Yep, I think I'm going to do that later. All right, so this is a lot of buttons that I put together really early on in my reselling days. Hard Rock, Bart Simpson, and IBM, all vintage 90s. Paid $25 for them. They sold for $9.95 for the set. The person actually messaged me asking me if they could buy just the Bart Simpson, and I said no, I didn't have any interest in splitting the lot up because I don't really like doing that too often. It's too much work to make new listings. So they bought the whole thing. And now we have some estate sale, new old stock sealed playing cards going out, and they are Canadian Club Whiskey branded. Paid $25, they sold for $8.95. I can't speak for every reseller, but when you're filling tubs like this and then emptying them every week because you listed all these fun, amazing things, how can you not love this job? Every day is a treasure hunt. And then when you hear that cha-ching, oh my gosh, it's the best. I really do love this job. I'm very grateful that we as a family were able to take the leap to decide for me to do this, because I can honestly say I've never been happier. Even selling things like this shirt, which you guys know I don't like selling clothes, but we ran into somebody at a highway sale that was selling a bunch of clothes, like fill a bag for $1 or $2, and so I maybe have $25 into this Madonna shirt. It sold for $5. I mean, look at this stuff, you guys. I paid $12.42 for all of this, and it's some really fun stuff, and it ended up selling for a total of $185.13, which is 15 times what we paid for it. I'm just extremely happy and grateful that I have such a fun job and that I get to hang out with cool people like you. We'll see you guys soon with another video of What Sold.